Okay, let me recover from that one. The little
Man,
one.
those are like pop, pop, pop.
Oh, I'm rejuvenated now.
'Cause I think I'm falling in love. I think I'm falling in love. I think I'm falling in love.
Beautiful weather we're having.
Hey, pants!
Oh hey, I love your pants. Where'd you get them? We didn't plan this or anything.
No, we totally did not.
Taking a quick cool down walk. Usually I do like the class workout after. I do them on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then every other Thursday. But today I just felt like I couldn't get moving, which is why I decided to do the class workout as the warm-up. The only change that I made was I switched out thrusters for push press. 2 reasons. One, yesterday I had 4 squat dominant movements. So I had full snatches, 2 waves of clean and jerks, a 3-rep max back squat, and pause front squats. So my hips are really like tight today. So I didn't want to add stress to that by doing like 70 some thrusters. So instead, because today is a more shoulder dominant day, I switched it for push press. So that being said, I'm definitely warmed up now, as you guys can tell, and now I'm gonna actually get into my regular programming. It's been an hour since I've been here, 30 minutes for the workout, so like I did a 20-minute warm-up, just like stretching and dynamic movements, and then the 30-minute workout, and now I'm ready to actually lift, so let's go do it. It was so humid and like just muggy in there that my hair actually curled. Like it was straight when I got there. Anyways, I am just getting home. Awesome training session today. Went really well. I felt really good, but I'm very hungry. Yesterday, when I was tracking my macros, I went about my day and I ended up having like a perfect, hold on. Can you guys see that? Like a perfect day, and everything I just logged happened to fit my macros perfectly, and I hit it with only being short 1 gram of fat for the entire day. So I was like, you know what, today I really don't feel like going about my day and kind of like inputting things. I'm just gonna copy the same exact meals from yesterday. It is a perfect day, zeros across the board. I recommend you guys do that. If you ever have a day where you hit your macros perfectly, save it. Save that day, write it down what you ate, save it in your notes on your iPhone, so that way if you have a really busy day, you can just copy and paste, and my day is already planned out. I don't have to think about it. My next meal is going to be a protein shake, so I'm gonna make that right now. For breakfast, I had my usual spinach, egg white omelet with oatmeal and strawberries and granola, and now I'm hungry, so I'm going to have this. It is Wednesday, so you know what that means. Maybe you don't know what that means, but I'm going to class. But first stop, I'm going to make a pit stop at the Starbucks drive-thru because, you know, I'm always trying to find the best Starbucks drinks. I was on the matcha green tea kick for a while, and I really, really, really love the cinnamon almond milk macchiato. However, for a tall, which is like this much of coffee, I think it's like 22 grams of carbs or something, which in the grand scheme of things isn't like a huge amount, but if you're cutting and you don't really have 20 grams of carbs like that to just throw away out drinks, then, you know, you have to get something alternatively. My first option, if you want 0 carb, is a whatever size you would like, iced cold brew with sugar-free vanilla and a splash of half and half. If I ever get a splash of half and half, I just log 2 tablespoons of half and half, because I really don't put too much in there, like a splash. I mean, who cares? As Max Tuning would say, it ain't that serious. And then if you would like what I'm about to get, I'm gonna show you guys. It's delicious, and it's 10 grams of carbs, so it's not so bad. And of course, I got my 32 ounces of water and my snack, Fiber One coffee cake. This is my favorite thing ever. I bring this to class every time. Cinnamon coffee cake and either aminos or water.
Hi, thank you for choosing Starbucks. What can I get started for you?
Hi, can I please have a grande iced, oh my gosh, what's it called? Coconut cold brew. And can you just put extra ice in there for me? Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, 402. Thank you.
Thank you. The amount of days that I spend at Publix is unreal. Some people may look at this rice and be like, oh, that's good, it's got broccoli in it. But it also has 700 milligrams of sodium. No thank you. So what started as just a quick trip into Publix to get some things I was out of turned into actually my staples, because obviously I run out of them so quickly since they're my staples, so I figured I would show you guys. Okay, so this is basically the Mander essentials. If you guys want to go to Publix and get exactly what I get, this is what it is. So we're going to start out with the dry products first. Jif Natural Creamy Peanut Butter. The reason why I get the natural Jif instead of regular is just because lower sodium, lower sugar, and it's also just has less ingredients. So the ingredients of the natural Jif is just peanut sugar, palm oil, and contains less than 2% of salt and molasses. So less ingredients, the better. Next, I also got some cashew butter, and if you're wondering why I got both peanut butter and cashew butter, is because of the protein content. I have a habit of going over my protein all the time. I love protein, and I have to constantly watch my protein intake, but on the other hand, I don't like eating fats, and so often at the end of the day, I'll have like a bunch of fat left over and not enough protein. And the problem with peanut butter is that there's 7 grams of protein per serving, which will probably put me like 10 to 15 grams over, which I don't want. So cashew butter, on the other hand, has only 4 grams of protein per serving. I can deal with going a couple grams over versus like 10 to 15. Then, of course, we have my jasmine rices. You guys, I've been eating these for years because I'm too lazy to make rice in a rice cooker or on the pan. One of my favorite snacks of all time, Fiber One bars. I alternate between the cinnamon coffee cake and the chocolate chip, but right now I'm on the cinnamon coffee cake kick. Let me leave that cabinet open. See, did I tell you guys that that's my biggest habit, and Jeff hates it? I leave cabinets open like it's my day job. He'll come in and like every cabinet will be open and I'll be on the couch. I don't know why I forget to shut cabinets. Moving right along, next up on the list, I have some Smucker's sugar-free apricot preserves. I get another thing that I alternate between the blackberry and apricot, both my favorite flavors, but you can save a ton of carbs on jelly. I think a regular serving of jelly has like 24 grams of carbs, and the serving of this is only 5 with 0 sugars. A lot of people are gonna be like, oh my god, those chemicals, you shouldn't be eating that. It's freaking 17 grams. And I don't wanna waste carbs on jelly. Then going into the refrigerated stuff, Mander's being lazy part 2, diced tomatoes and diced onions, tomatoes, and green peppers, I believe. I put these in my omelets in the morning. The egg whites, these are the egg whites I use, doesn't really matter. I typically just grab whichever one's on sale. Then we have the meats. I pretty much always get a chicken every single time just because I enjoy eating chicken, but then I go for a higher fat meat. So this past week I have beef, which I'll show you guys in a minute when I'm about to eat my lunch. And then this upcoming week I'm gonna do pork, and again, I'm a big alternator. So one week I'll do pork, one week I'll do beef, try to switch it up. The best guacamole of all time. I like the Southwest guacamole. I like chunks in things, and this is so awesome because for 2 tablespoons, which is a pretty decent amount for my omelets in the morning, only 2.5 grams of fat. And I'm sure you guys are not surprised to see English muffins. I love English muffins. The corn ones are my favorite. The s'mores ones are a close second, but they were out of them, so only corn today. And I also grabbed Ziggy's 0% Greek yogurt. A lot of people have trouble hitting their protein intake, and something I really like to do is throw Greek yogurts into my smoothies, like how you guys saw me make the protein smoothie after I got back from the gym. If you needed an extra, I think this is 16 grams of protein. These are great and they taste really good. They don't taste like really sour in my opinion. But the reason why I like Ziggy's, I know it's a tad more expensive, but the protein to sugar content, the sugar is less than the protein. That's something to keep an eye out for. It's just unnecessary to eat 23 grams of sugar for a sweetened yogurt when you could have only 9 grams. Now, I don't know if this is a new brand. This is the Al Fresco Original. This is chicken bacon, and I like turkey bacon as well. I'm sure you guys can guess I like to alternate, sometimes chicken, sometimes turkey. But the macros on these are awesome, especially for bacon. The sodium is only 150 milligrams, 1 gram of carb, 1.5 grams of fat, and 4 protein for 2 slices. So that's awesome. A great way to have some extra protein as well, but lower fat if that's something that you prefer. A lot of people always ask me too, like, Manders, how much sodium do you eat per day? Should I watch my sodium? If you're a beginner, I suggest keeping an eye on your macronutrients first, because that's going to be most important, but obviously your micronutrients are extremely important as well. However, I wouldn't set a specific goal until you've become familiar with tracking and you feel comfortable enough to watch a ton of different things in MyFitnessPal. As a general rule of thumb, something that I always learned was whatever amount of calories that you're eating, try to keep the milligrams of sodium at that or below it. So if you eat 3,000 calories a day, try to keep your sodium under 3,000. 2,000 calories a day, try to keep it under 2,000. We're almost done, I promise. We have some reduced fat cheeses. I try to limit my consumption of this just because I am lactose intolerant and I shouldn't be eating it. But the lower fat cheese, I think I've mentioned to you guys before, doesn't bother me as much as regular cheese. And just some regular large eggs with some spinach and asparagus tips. Oh, I prefer the tips. I got some avocados, and I just grabbed some nanners because our house goes through a Bananas like it's nobody's business. Last but certainly not least, Halo Top peanut butter cup ice cream. My favorite flavor, tied close with cookie dough, but I have some cookie dough in there. And then some frozen blueberries for shakes. So those are my grocery essentials for the week. I hope I gave you guys some good ideas. If you haven't checked out my MyFitnessPal ebook, I'll put the link to the book right here, and then also my ID for MyFitnessPal, so you guys can add me on MyFitnessPal if you want to see what I eat. But I am starving, speaking of eating, so I'm gonna heat up one of my prepared meals from yesterday that I made, and I'll just show you guys. It's super simple. Dun, da, da. The most boring meal ever. Beef, jasmine rice, and broccoli. I feel like I'm showing you guys all these tricks today. Did you know that mustard has no macros? Has some sodium, but for the amount that I put on, who cares? So this is kind of like a deconstructed hamburger, right? Lunch. Macros. Title this video, the life and MyFitnessPal hacks from Mander's. It's not really my MyFitnessPal hack, but did you guys know that you can actually microwave Kodiak cake mix and turn it into a mug cake? So if you're not feeling like cooking waffles or pancakes, I have the perfect alternative for you. Ingredients list I'm going to put right here. I am using 40 grams of Power Cake Protein Kodiak cake mix, 6 grams of dark Hershey's chocolate chips, like whatever 0.33 of, I think it was 10 grams, 10 grams of pecan halves, and a tad of vanilla cashew milk to blend it up. I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it. It's delicious. Let's do it. So that is where I'm going to end this video. It's kind of a short, sweet, to the point vlog. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I appreciate you so very much, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I don't discriminate. I leave the microwave open too.